Greetings, agents. This is the Mediocre Gamer. Thank you for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. I'm really glad that you're here and I hope that you're doing well. If you find my videos helpful, please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. The topic of today's video is the active modifier called ZEALOT, which is part of Year 7 Season 2, The Pact. Now, if you're not familiar with ZEALOT, although I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you're probably already familiar with ZEALOT. I've been using ZEALOT with a tipping scales build, and I find that they go really well together. I even managed to complete part of a legendary DUA mission solo. I do stress that I only managed to complete part of it, mainly because I'm not very good at legendary, and two, I just didn't have the time to put into practice enough to make any decent progress. As you can see from the footage, this is what I managed to achieve using this combination of tipping scales and ZEALOT. So just as a bit of a reminder, the active modifier called ZEALOT, on activation you gain 20 stacks of ZEALOT, each one granting weapon damage and damage reduction boosts as per the table below. After 10 seconds you begin losing 1 stack per second, and the stack consumption rate increases every 10 seconds. Eliminating hostiles restores ZEALOT stacks. Upon reaching 0 stacks, a damaging EMP explosion is triggered at your location, leaving you at 1 health. For each enemy hit by the explosion, recover armor and health as per the table below. So I'm at level 5. I would recommend probably being at level 5 if you want to have a go at legendary with this. If not, it's quite achievable to be able to clear heroic content at anything up to level 5. So damage reduction per stack is 10%, weapon damage per stack is 5%, and as already mentioned, the initial stacks is 20. The cooldown is 50 seconds, which does seem like an eternity when you're waiting for that to refresh. But it does give you a little bit of time between engagements to go and grab a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, or maybe make some lunch or something like that. And then you get 5 stacks per kill. So if you're good enough, that's not me, I'm not good enough, but if you are good enough, you can actually potentially build up enough stacks to get to the next engagement while you've still got ZEALOT active. The build I'm using is 4-piece tipping scales, including the chest and backpack, along with Coyote's mask and Contractor's gloves. I was using Bullet King most of the time, just because it doesn't reload, or you don't need to reload, and I had a GR9 with Measured as a backup, and it is quite effective. Particularly once you get some tipping scales stacks up there. Once you get to kind of 50 or 75 stacks, it does become quite the killing machine, and it is a lot of fun. I would also recommend to have the global modifier. Just as a reminder, you gain a rate of fire bonus and a damage bonus, depending on how many name zones you actually have under your control. So if you have all of the named zones under control, then you gain a 30% rate of fire bonus and a 30% damage bonus, which really comes in handy when you're taking on legendary content. So even though I'm not very good at legendary, I was able to get part of the way through the mission till I had to go and do other things, like those exciting things like walking my dog or vacuuming the floors. Oh, what fun it is to be a middle-aged man with domestic responsibilities. Anyhow, that is my ZEALOT and tipping scales build. I hope you find it useful. If you are currently using ZEALOT with another build, I would be interested to see what it is you have come up with, so please share in the comments. But that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, I really appreciate it. And until next time, you stay safe out there, agents, and take care.
detected.